Hey guys, it's Esther, and welcome to my Draw My Semester Lisbon, Portugal edition. Disclaimer, I'm not a good artist. I just always really wanted to do one of these videos after seeing them on YouTube. So my abroad journey actually begins a long time ago because it was something I always knew I wanted to do in college. I just never really had much of an idea about where I wanted to go. Just like when I applied to college, I knew I wanted to go somewhere warm, and I knew I wanted to go somewhere where the people were friendly. Lisbon stood out to me in particular because my dad and his three brothers lived here when they were in middle school. They lived on the train out to Cascais in Estoril. I never got to know my dad, so I thought that coming to Portugal would be a cool way to connect with his memory and to connect with my family. So in the middle of August of 2021, I packed my bag, grabbed my passport, and headed over to Portugal. I could talk all day about everything I've done and seen, but that would take forever, so I'm just gonna hit a few of the lessons I've learned along the way. One thing I learned to stay mindful of is to remember that being abroad is not a race. During my first few weeks here, I found that I was often exhausted because I was trying to get myself to do everything all of the time. I had to remember to give myself time to stop and smell the roses, whether I was in Lisbon or Budapest or Amsterdam. It's about enjoying the moment you're in rather than always rushing to be a part of the next moment. Abroad can definitely feel like a race against the clock, but remember that your experience is only cheapened if you're treating experiences like they're just items on a checklist to complete. My second lesson I learned was actually a piece of advice that my brother gave me, which is to try to spend a night out in every new place you go to. While my brother may have been encouraging me to just party every night, that's not really how I interpreted his advice. I think that spending a night out in every city allows you to get a finger on the pulse of its vibe and to make new connections everywhere you go. It also doesn't hurt to have at least one crazy story from every city so you can be the cool grandma when you're older. There's a lot more little pieces of advice I could give, like remember to take photos, catch as many sunsets as possible, try to make a budget. But the last piece of advice I'm going to leave you with is probably the one that I think is most important. If you're lucky enough to be in a place as beautiful as Lisbon, remember to intentionally appreciate and love exactly where you live. And now for the part of the video I can't poorly draw. Portugal. It has not been perfect, but it has been so good, and it's thanks to you, your beauty, your people, your sunsets, and late nights. Even after weekends away in the world's most magical places, I am beyond thankful to have had a place like this to come back to. Thank you for teaching me to be patient, to enjoy the small things, to wake up later, and to spend all my free time in the sun. Thank you for making me tougher, more independent, and better at navigating public transportation. Out of every aspect of abroad, it is certainly Portugal I will miss the most. Thanks for being the best temporary home.